Good morning, I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh, and you are watching The Balancing Act. Today, the National Association of Women in Construction pay us a visit with great information about the blossoming career opportunities for women in the field. Hey, and they don't just involve cement pouring girls. Also, the latest news from the hottest online parenting community and some delicious healthy meal solutions to satisfy our busy schedules. All this and so much more coming up next on The Balancing Act. I think every new mom out there has bought at least one useless new baby gadget in her lifetime. And all of our trial and error has turned most of us into great consumer advocates. Well, now there's a way to turn that knowledge into help for other moms. We're joined today by Bob Sullivan, founder of NewBaby.com, to tell us about it. Welcome, Bob.
Hi, Wendy. Thanks for having me.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, thank you.
NewBaby.com is certainly the best online community for mothers to get together, but now you're going to turn us into product review experts?
We at New Baby figured that the best expert for new baby products is our viewer, the mom, because everyone who comes to New Baby is either a expectant mom or a mom of a new baby. They're buying products, whether it be for their pregnancy or for the new baby, boy or girl.
And let me tell you, there are so many gadgets out there that are so silly.
Yeah, there is. And I remember with my children, we bought products that we thought would be so useful, and we never even got them out of the box.
Right.
So we figured that if we could enable our community to review products, whether we supply the products or whether they find a product that they think they need to share with the community, we could do a video review of that product and share it with the community. It'd be very valuable for everyone involved.
Like, you'll be able to have moms tell you that when you buy those mesh bags that you put the fruits and vegetables in for babies with no teeth to suck on so they get used to the flavor of vegetables but they don't have choking hazards, that it causes a drippy mess all over your white furniture, right?
Absolutely. You can do that first review, Wendy.
That'll be the first review. Or the baby bottle warmers that make them so hot, too hot, when our grandmother's wrist worked just fine, right, to test the temperature.
Experience is the mother of all invention. So what we're looking for is we're looking to share that experience that a user, a new mom, or an expectant mom has with the product out there, share it with the community to enable the viewers to learn from the knowledge based within NewBaby.com.
Now, Bob, we are fortunate to have you and your expertise and wisdom here on a regular basis, but for those who haven't seen it before, tell us a little bit about NewBaby.com and how it came to be.
Well, New Baby is something that's been with me for about 9 years right now. 9 years ago, my son was born. My wife had an emergency C-section. And after everything was finished, my son was beautiful and right there and healthy. My wife was in great shape and great care with the doctors. Doctor said, you should go home because your wife's going to be asleep for about 15 hours. So I did away with my guilt. I went home and I typed in on the computer the minute I got home the name NewBaby.com, and New Baby was born that night.
There was no website called NewBaby.com?
Nothing at all.
That is amazing. So instead of lighting up a cigar, you lit up a business.
I did.
And it's free to all women. They can go on, see streaming video of all kinds of experts, shared video from other moms. It's a true online community for new moms.
Yeah, it's a knowledge community. It's also a sharing community. But we also want moms to create memories on New Baby. Upload the videos of that baby. It's a safe, secure place to share your videos with your grandparents or family around the country and around the world.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for being with us once again. Bob Sullivan, NewBaby.com, and remember, you can be a product review expert.
Thanks, Wendy.
Okay, from new baby to strong mama. Ladies, you can do it. Dare to move into new horizons. Find out how when we come back. Welcome back. As you can see, I'm wearing a construction hat today because I am in the company of two representatives of the National Association of Women in Construction, and they're here to tell us about the unlimited possibilities available to women in this field. I am also joined once again by my colleague, Danielle Knox. Welcome, Danielle.
Hey, Wendy, thank you for having me.
And my hat goes off to you, ladies.
Oh, yes.
We are here with Tammy Taylor, president of NAWIC, and Ricky Lovejoy, Region 3 director of this wonderful organization, helping and empowering women to achieve success in the construction business.
Yes, ma'am.
Of all businesses, because you usually think of it as a male-dominated field. So tell us more about NAWIC, its mission, and how you're going to get more women involved.
NAWIC was formed in 1953 by 16 women in Fort Worth, Texas, who wanted to have the camaraderie of other women in the industry. Today we have 5,300 members across the United States.
Wow.
And our mission is to enhance the success of women in the construction industry. And we do that by providing leadership opportunities, educational opportunities, and mentoring.
Wonderful.
Now, Ricky, when we talk about the construction industry, we don't only mean that small number of women who are doing heavy labor. We mean a plethora of different careers, right? Tell me about
Sure. Yeah, we're talking plumbers, electricians, carpenters, heavy equipment operators, architects, interior designers, engineers, business owners, and support services like receptionists, secretaries, bookkeepers. There's a whole plethora of
So this encompasses the
opportunities.
entire construction industry and
Correct.
all the various skills that could be.
Exactly.
Correct.
And that's what's so interesting is because even though we're having a downturn in our economy right there, there's still lots of jobs available in construction right now, right?
Construction is huge,
Yeah.
and it's everywhere you go. Something is going to be built, from houses to bridges. It's everywhere. And there's over 1 million jobs that are going to be unfilled in the construction industry in the next 10 years.
Why is
So-
that? People aren't getting skilled training. They're
Well, the baby boomers are getting out, they're retiring, and there is nobody coming in to fill those positions.
You hear that, girlfriends? Good paying jobs. Can you make
Good
much in this
paying.
business, Ricky?
Oh, sure you can.
How much, Ricky? Why don't you tell me?
Well, when I started in the industry about 20 years ago, I started out at $6 an hour as a receptionist, and today I own my own company and am supporting my husband.
Hi, husband.
Yeah, girl. That's
And he loves it.
Wonderful.
And he
He
loves
does,
it, right?
yes,
Sign
yes.
his check. Now, what types of projects are going on? We know the housing market's in a downturn. What's being built?
There's bridges. We've all heard about the bridges that need to be redesigned and because they're deficient. Las Vegas, the boom is going there with the new casinos going up everywhere. There's condos going up.
Funny,
a lot
even
of
with a
timeshares.
recession, we find time to go to casinos, huh?
Absolutely.
And now with all the worldwide natural disasters happening, there's countries that's having to be
They're
rebuilt.
rebuilt.
So
Entire
yes,
countries.
And if you get
exactly.
training here, you can probably take that elsewhere?
you can.
You can. There are some things that will be different, but if you get a skilled trade in the construction industry, you can take it anywhere with you and learn the nuances of that area. But you can take it to Australia, you can take it to South Africa, and the skill is still the same.
Okay, ladies, so forget about what you hear about recession. 1 million jobs coming on the market that pay very well. You might even be supporting your husband or finding a husband there. Don't we have men in the construction industry? How can people find out more about NAWIC?
The best way is to go to our website, which is www.nawic.org. That's NAWIC.org. And on that website, we have information about NAWIC, of course, how to join, educational opportunities, mentoring opportunities, job opportunities, and a whole plethora of other information about how to contact a NAWIC member and to find out more about the construction industry as a whole.
Tammy Taylor, Ricky Lovejoy, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank
Good
you,
information. Well, did you like our stories today? If so, tell us. Send us an email to comments@thebalancingact.com. We'll be right back. Hello, welcome back to The Balancing Act. If you're just tuning in, we were just here with two representatives of the National Association of Women in Construction, and they were sharing with us the many opportunities available for women in that field. Well, now let's talk automotive, ladies. I'm here with Diane Allen, Design Manager for Nissan Design America. And when Nissan decided to enter the full-size truck market, yep, the most manly of them all, they thought of the most logical thing, to have a woman design it. And here she is. Welcome, Diane.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Now, tell me, you're a young girl growing up in Southern California. Whatever got you into being an automotive designer?
Well, actually, I was an art student in college and was focused on fine arts. Came across an automotive art display, and it just lit a fire under me. I knew that was my future.
And what is it about the aesthetic of automotive design that really inspires you?
It's the ability to put forms together, this three-dimensional object that has speed and direction, and not only looks good standing still, but looks good going fast.
Right, so your art has to look good still and at 65 miles an hour.
Absolutely.
Now, when Nissan came to you and said they wanted you to design their first full-size truck, were you surprised?
Not really, because I had just wrapped up the program that was the 350Z at the time. And so I was ready for a really different pace, a different challenge.
And you gave it to them. Okay, I want to see this truck. Let's go over there and check it out.
Let's go.
So here it is, Diane, the V8 Titan. So what was it like designing a full-size truck?
Well, it was a difficult task, but we wanted to find that balance between a full-size truck image, but with style, a new sense of proportion and form.
So we don't feel like we're driving our dad's old truck.
Exactly.
Now, you also enlisted the help of some consumer groups for feedback, right?
Yes, we did. We brought in a lot of user groups, and we talked to them how they use their vehicle, but one of the more interesting groups was a group of women. And they were fascinating because they could articulate what was wrong with their product they were driving today, what they needed, what they hoped for, what we should think about.
So what do women ask for? What do they want in a truck?
Well, a lot of the same things men do, but they had a sense of articulate quality about them that they could tell us. And obviously they wanted more room in the back cabin for child seats and groceries and other such items. Of course. But also, surprisingly, what they used the bed for. They wanted something more than the 4 hooks in the back of the bed that up until the Titan, no other vehicle had, right.
So what do they put in the back? What do women put in the back?
You'd be surprised because it'd be everything from what they deliver, their boxes, their cargo for their work, but their weekend warriors, their bikes, their kayaks, their motorcycles, their jet skis.
Fabulous. I want to see what it feels like to sit in the driver's seat. Well, this is great. Nice and roomy and quite elegant.
Full-size truck proportions with a sense of style and business class amenities.
So I would feel as comfortable pulling up to my kid's soccer game as I would to, say, a valet parker.
Absolutely.
Diane Allen, thanks for being with us today from Nissan. And you can go to nissanusa.com to find out all about Nissan's products, including what, a new mid-size truck coming out this summer? The Frontier. Check it out. Don't go away, though. We got more ahead on The Balancing Act. If you're a busy mom who has no time to shop and cook healthy meals every single night, we've got a solution for you. Stay with us. An estimated 64% of Americans are overweight. And as the weather gets warmer and bathing suit season rolls in, people start looking for ways to shed those extra pounds. Well, joining me today is my colleague once again, Kathy Peterson. How are you?
I'm good.
We're at our favorite topic, food. And are you doing anything to prepare for bathing suit season?
Every single day.
Yeah, you're a Floridian. You've got to be in shape. Well, here to tell us about a safe and healthy way to maintain a balanced diet, lose weight, and keep it off is bariatric and weight management specialist Dr. Caroline Cedarquist. How are you?
Wonderful.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Well, other than the fact that we all like to look good in our clothing.
And without our clothing.
Yes. Why is it so important that we maintain a healthy diet?
Because carrying excess body fat puts us at risk for medical conditions, including high blood pressure, diabetes, certain cancers, and even infertility. So it's important.
Now, we all want to eat right, but what can we do to get started?
Well, I find that most people do want to eat right, but because our lives are so busy and hectic, we rely on convenience food, restaurant food. And even if we order the healthiest thing on the menu, it ends up having extra fat, extra sodium, and extra calories. And it's hard.
It takes a lot of effort to read all the food labels, to come home and cook up a beautiful, nutritious meal. What do busy moms like us do?
Exactly. That's why I created Bistro MD. I used it based on 10 years of clinical practice helping patients lose weight. What we found is that it's just very hard for people to get that all done. What I found is I know how to help people lose weight, but it's not enough that it just have all the right ingredients. We want it to taste great. So we've worked with chefs to come up with real, wonderful, balanced menus that people will enjoy eating.
Now, these Bistro MD comes frozen meals, a week at a time, about 20 meals, right?
Yes.
And let's talk about what some of the selections you have today, because this sure doesn't look like diet food.
It looks good to
Well,
me.
this is an example of a breakfast here, egg white omelet with a vegetarian sausage and fruit. This is another one, a sweet roll that actually has added protein, and we actually serve it with a protein hot cocoa.
I hear you talk about protein and protein in the hot cocoa. You really think dieters need a lot of extra protein, right?
It's based on medical fact. When you're trying to lose weight, you need more protein, otherwise your body will break down its own muscle tissues to meet the need, and then you don't lose weight. So we don't want to starve people, we want them to have the nutrients they need so their body will allow weight loss.
So a lunch, high protein lunch choice would be?
It's a Bali chicken, long grain rice, and vegetables. This is actually a dessert, a cheesecake, which actually is only 80
I'll fight
calories.
you over that one.
Is that a high protein cheesecake?
It is indeed.
It is?
yes.
80 calories.
These are one of our entrees. This is a herb encrusted mahi mahi with, again, long grain rice and vegetables.
Beautiful.
And then a cranberry stuffed chicken breast with a cranberry chutney, mixed vegetable blend, and carrots, broccoli.
And we should also say you get some snacks, okay? And these are even protein chips, protein bars. There's a theme here.
Yes, people need to eat adequate lean protein throughout the day in order for the body to allow them to lose weight. You do not need to starve yourself in order to lose weight. And in fact, most women when they diet don't eat enough, and they certainly don't eat enough of the right things, which is why they don't get progress, they don't get success.
So this looks really delicious, but is it really low calorie?
It is indeed. It's a reduced calorie diet, but more important than that, it's the right mix of the macronutrients, the protein, carbohydrates, and fat that I have found through experience and research really allows people to lose fat, not just weight, but body fat.
Specifically body fat.
Correct.
That's the good news
That's the
that people
key.
want to hear. Okay, where can we go to find out? Because I need to sign up.
Yeah, BistroMD.com.
I have some kids to feed. These are good for kids too, right?
Yes, my children eat them, absolutely. If you go to BistroMD.com, you can actually get a free diet analysis, and you do not have to sign up for a long period of time. Try it for a week and see if you love it as much as we do.
And it's pretty affordable, right?
Yes, it is, about $20 a day.
Created by a physician who specializes in weight loss. Thanks for being with us. And I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh, reminding you to watch The Balancing Act every weekday morning here on Lifetime Television. Hey, and don't forget to check out thebalancingact.com. We'll be right back. I'm here today with two very special guests, model, author, and motivational speaker Kim McGregor, and Arlene Malakian, fashion photographer, artist, and lecturer. Now, both are co-authors of this amazing book, Be a Woman, Expressions of Life, an inspirational compilation of imagery and poetry highlighting womanhood. Now, in this book and in seminars throughout the country, these two ladies are out on a mission to inspire and motivate us women to love ourselves and others as we learn to embrace every bit of what makes us who we are. Welcome, ladies.
Hello.
Thank you for having us.
Be a Woman. What was your intention with this book?
It is the experience of flipping through it and feeling good about yourself, going to your core, celebrating who you are, and being in peace with being rather than trying to be.
Yeah, it's interesting because your definitions of beauty, your titles include reflective and generous and loving and hips, I like that, trusting, individual, earthy, capable, all exuberant, all the things that encompass a kind of inner beauty. It's interesting that this book is here now at a time when our media has become so highly sexualized to young girls, also so unreal.
Absolutely.
Now, you're a mother of young girls.
Yes.
How do you balance this?
I think it's the emphasis that we put on our kids. So I have, my little girls are lovely and they're cute, but that's not the main, that's not where they get their main praise from. They get their praise from when they do good, when they share, when they're compassionate or understanding, when they're expressing human qualities rather than physical qualities that can come and go and fade. It's about celebrating in them what they do that's real. It's humanity.
So praising inner beauty. You know, there's one thing that I think because so many of us have been raised to be more humble than proud, that we're afraid to acknowledge self-pride in our children. Like, you did a great job. Does that feel good? Does that feel good to you? You should feel
That's
proud.
exactly, yeah.
Right. How does
So
it feel to
important.
you?
Yes.
And you know what's so interesting is when we celebrate kids as kids, it's almost we're creating a memory in them that will stay childlike. And that will allow them not to be afraid of their own vulnerability.
This book portrays real women with beautiful portraits of real beauty. But young girls growing up today are faced with glossy magazine images that are highly photoshopped. How do we fight that?
The things that we innately do when we share and we're generous, when we are exuberant, when we celebrate in somebody else's success, all those things are what we celebrate in our children and what we also should celebrate in ourselves at the same time. And that's where we're setting the example for kids. So
And aren't we all teachers to young girls just
Absolutely.
by being a model?
Yes. Yeah.
And are they our teachers?
Big time.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't they
Oh, yeah,
our
there are
In
teachers.
their fresh way
right.
of looking at things.
My 9-year-old recently made a newsletter to send to her friends about her news, and she wrote the tagline, "Where life goes right." I was like, I love that line, where life goes right.
It always goes right.
It's my new family slogan, especially for the days when it doesn't go so right. Ladies, thank you so much, and thank you for being such an inspiration. The book is Be a Woman, Expressions of Life. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh, bringing you The Balancing Act every weekday morning on Lifetime Television. Join us tomorrow for a special backyard makeover. Also, a great segment on how you can save money on your family vacation without sacrificing the fun. This and so many great stories tomorrow on The Balancing Act. See you next time.
Air travel for The Balancing Act provided by Southwest Airlines.